Welcome to the Transparent FX Academy. I'm Nick, and I'm a top author on TradingView with over 190k reputation points. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. This is the place to be for high-quality, free trading education. Now, without further ado, let's jump straight onto the charts. In this video, I will be speaking about AUDUSD. Now, as usual, to keep the video as educational as possible, first I will be covering the technical aspect of this market. Then we will be moving to the order flow by looking at the commitment of traders, so the COT data, which is what the non-commercials, so the biggest speculators in the market are doing. And by the end of the video, by using a combination of these two different types of analysis, we will try to understand where we have the highest probabilities for the next potential move here on this pair. Now, starting from the monthly time frame, what we can see is that we have a market which is currently testing a quite strong level of monthly demand and support. In fact, from here, all this previous rejection to the upside was created. At the moment, the market is testing the same zone, from which there is definitely the possibility to see a potential reversal to the upside away from this level, potentially to complete this M pattern at the previous support turned resistance. So here on the monthly, everything looks quite bullish. Dropping down on the weekly time frame, what do we see? Well, from a weekly perspective, what we can notice is that currently the market is in a deceleration phase. In fact, this impulse to the downside started quite aggressively, and now we are starting to see a deceleration with the market creating candles that every single time that we have a push lower, immediately the market retraces higher, while here the market was just pushing to the downside. This means that buyers are starting to step in again every time that we have a dip here on this market, and that makes perfectly sense because the market is approaching the previous level of demand and support. In fact, from here, all this previous rejection to the upside was created, and as the market has now approached the same level, there is definitely the possibility from here to see a rejection to the upside. Dropping down on the daily time frame, what do we have? Now, from a daily standpoint, what we must notice is that clearly we have a market which is currently moving in a channel. In fact, what we can see is that we have the top of the channel here, which is currently acting as resistance that the market has respected in multiple occasions. And here at the bottom, we have the bottom of the channel, which is currently acting as support. Now, if the market will go for another test of the low of this channel, at that point we have quite high probabilities from this level here to see a potential rejection to the upside. Why? Because this would be a quite interesting area inside of which we could also see some manipulations and institutional accumulation of longs. Now, why do I say manipulations? Well, I say manipulations because this is the previous low. When the market started this rejection to the upside, there is a high probability that all the people that started longing, they had their stop losses below this low. Now, if the market will go and hunt all those stop losses, all that selling pressure can be used by institutions to actually load up their long positions, because always remember that in the market, for every seller, there needs to be a buyer. For every buyer, there needs to be a seller. So if the market will retrace inside of this area, from here, there is good probability of seeing some accumulation of longs, which at that point would further increase the probabilities of a potential reversal to the upside away from this area. Now, if we go and see what we have when it comes to the commitment of traders, so the COT data, which is what the non-commercials, so the biggest speculators in the market are doing, and we check the data precisely for the AUD, what we can see is that with the last reports, net positions have been increasing. We went from minus 96k to minus 76k net positions, showing a strong increase of the net positioning. Now, this shows how institutions are starting to move to the bullish side of the AUD by first thing, closing their shorts. We can see how every single report we had first 10,000 shorts getting closed. Now with the last report, 13,000 shorts getting closed. So they're starting to take profits on their shorting after this massive move to the downside. So this is a good area since they're taking profits, inside of which they could start to accumulate new longs. So if the market will retrace to this area, there is definitely a possibility that inside of here, we could see accumulation of longs, which at that point would further increase the probabilities of a potential move higher away from the level. So if the market will go and retrace to this zone, how we could be approaching a potential move higher. Now, as usual, trading is reactive and not predictive. The monthly, weekly, and daily combined with the COT data, those are the best time frames from a directional perspective. However, when it comes to confirmations and entries, the best time frames are the intraday time frames, so 4 hour and lower. Therefore, what we could be doing, potentially also with students, is monitoring price action from an intraday perspective during this move to the downside, waiting for the market to shift from an intraday bearish market as we would have to an intraday bullish market. And if the market would shift from an intraday bearish to bullish market and provide to us one of our valid entries, at that point we could be looking for a potential reversal lower for the market to reject that monthly demanded support and complete that monthly M pattern that we have previously identified at the beginning of the analysis. Now, if you don't know what I'm speaking about when I say valid entries and these kind of things, you want to learn more, I really suggest that you go and check out the transparentfxtrading.com website. Here, you have the possibility to gain access to my entire courses with all the rules of the strategies. You also have the possibility to gain access to one-on-one private mentoring, the VIP market breakdowns with the Telegram signals, the COT data software, which is precisely the one that we used in this analysis, the trading station software, which puts together everything that you need as a trader all in one interface. And if you scroll lower here past the testimonials, you will see that at the moment there is a massive special promotion in which you have a huge discount on the upfront price of the program from $497 all the way down to only $97, one-time payment. And as you will see, there is still time to join before the offer expires and price goes back to normal. However, time is starting to run out, so I really suggest that you go and check it out as soon as possible. And directly from here, there's the button to join in order to gain automatically access with the email and password that you will create during the checkout process. So definitely looking forward to have you on board. The link is also in the description, and I will see you in it. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like. Also, let me know in the comments below any pairs or topics that you would like me to cover in the next videos, and I will see you in my next breakdown.